Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm April Knight for Sandra Gumansing. Topping our newscast, 10 of Governor Mapp's 11 nominees to lead various government agencies were present at the Senate Rules and Judiciary hearing on Friday that was chaired by Senator Kenneth Gittens. They had to go through the confirmation process again, minus their testimonies, after the 31st legislature rejected the nominations on May 28th. For some of the senators, the situation has not changed a lot since then. Here's more from that hearing. The salary raises that these nominees would be getting if confirmed by the Senate remain a sticking point for some lawmakers. One position was promised a raise of $27,000. Governor Mapp had compromised by capping the salaries at $105,000.
I don't see really what has changed, because while there have been some changes in the salary structure, there's still raises, and that has been at the core for me from the get-go.
Public Works Commissioner nominee Gustav James frankly shared how he felt about the scrutiny of their salaries.
Coming into this body and having my salary discussed was not what I expected, anticipated, or what I would have tolerated had I known that that was the process.
Finance Commissioner nominee Valdemir Collins said they're exploring ways on how to get existing government employees pay raises as well.
There is an area in the budget every year where there is vacancies. We're looking at those vacancies from the standpoint of reorganizing and trying to figure out how much in those vacancies can be utilized to pay existing employees to a level at where they deserve to be.
Meanwhile, Fire Services Director nominee Eugene Farrell got a grilling from several senators who said they received complaints about his management of the agency.
Some may feel that my leadership style may be, a little rough or whatever the case may be. But like I said, if they had an issue with me, they would come and talk to me.
10 of those nominations were forwarded to the full Senate body with favorable recommendation and yeas from every committee member except Senator Millen Young. Eugene Farrell's nomination was also forwarded to the full Senate, but with an unfavorable recommendation, and that garnered yeas from all committee members. Now, on Thursday, also at the Senate, the Virgin Islands Board of Nurse Licensure came before the Finance Committee to present their 2016 budget. The board, which deals with local policies and standards for nursing education and practice, is seeking more than $767,000 for 2016. They're also taking on more responsibilities as two positions, an educational consultant and an investigator, are vacant.
In the interim, I think we're doing the best we possibly can. Number one, most of us here have been in some sort of management role at the hospital facility that we were in previously. It would be to our benefit, and it would relieve us of that responsibility if we did have an investigator.
Meanwhile, a series of earthquakes has rattled parts of the Caribbean this week. The most powerful as of 9 a.m. on Friday were 6.5 magnitude off the coast of Barbados and a 4.5 magnitude off the northwest coast of Puerto Rico on Thursday. The epicenter of the Puerto Rico quake is estimated to be more or less 200 miles from the Virgin Islands. Earthquakes are not uncommon in our area, where four major plates of the Earth's crust meet up with the Caribbean plate. Now make sure you sign up for Vitima alerts at www.vitima.gov. Now, July marks the 25th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, and this week, officials from the Disability Rights Center of the VI and its partners hosted a recognition ceremony. News 2's Erica Parsons has more.
I said that it's a long way that we come here, but there's a lot more work to be done.
18 years ago, Sonny Barnes, Mark Van Sant, and Carmen Huertas led the charge to fight for people with disabilities. They filed 26 lawsuits during an 8-week campaign.
We didn't announce our actions until we were ready to make them. We made a lot of noise. It's a very important thing that we do for the generations to come.
A person with disability have a lot of abilities. So give us the chance to prove you our abilities.
The Americans with Disabilities Act was signed 25 years ago this month by President George H.W. Bush. It means equal civil rights for people with disabilities.
The Matt Potter administration is completely dedicated to the implementation, the full implementation of the ADA here in the territory.
What we work toward is cooperation, partnerships, and I'm looking at all the partners because even with my individual clients, I'm saying, I'm here to assist you. You have a legal claim, but we're going to work together to resolve a problem.
The Disability Rights Center of the VI Developmental Disabilities Council, and the University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities hosted the anniversary to revive awareness about the ADA.
I have to say what the DD Council was about is three things: advocacy, capacity building, and system change.
But although there has been marked improvement in the last 20 or so years, like Mr. Barnes said, there's much more to be done.
We have had and will continue to have a lot of discussion about where we see gaps in service still after this massive fight and where we intend to go.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
Well, the AARP is throwing its support behind a bipartisan bill to recognize, assist, include, support, and engage, or RAISE, Family Caregivers Act. It calls for a national strategy to be developed to help family caregivers. The bill was introduced in the House yesterday and on the Senate floor last week. AARP released their Public Policy Institute's 2015 news report that shows that family caregivers in the U.S. provided 37 billion hours of care. That's equal to roughly $470 billion back in 2013. The VI's AARP chapter plans to work with lawmakers and the public to craft a bill that would have hospital patients officially name a caregiver to handle discharge planning and post-hospital needs. Well, meanwhile, residents who need to get their passports processed are facing longer wait times. This, according to the Lieutenant Governor's office. The passport acceptance facility has increased the processing time for passports by 2 weeks. So instead of 4 to 6 weeks, the wait is now up to 8 weeks. The facility is currently in its peak season, and the regional office in Miami is currently beset by a larger volume of applicants affecting the Virgin Islands. If you want to avoid paying for expedited service, you are advised to come in early to the passport office. Well, in other news, near Miami, a Coast Guard helicopter crew working with Operation Bahamas, Turks, and Caicos assisted in the seizure of 5,050 pounds of marijuana. While on routine patrol, a U.S. Customs and Border Protection Maritime Patrol aircraft located a 35-foot go-fast vessel moving very fast indeed without navigation lights. U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration agents, along with the Royal Bahamas Police Force boat crew, intercepted the go-fast vessel. They took 6 suspected smugglers into custody and seized the contraband, which has an estimated wholesale value of $4.6 million. During a press conference this week, Police Commissioner Delroy Richards spoke to reporters about his recent trip to New York. He said he met with officials from the Big Apple's police department so he could get a better idea of what crime-fighting resources they use and how the NYPD could help our local police.
I had an opportunity to meet with Commissioner Bratton. We requested that officers from VIPD, what would the possibility be for officers from the VIPD to travel to the state of New York to attend training with the New York Police Department. He was very receptive to that idea. And we are currently now working to bring that to fruition.
Puerto Rico gets closer and closer to default as one of its agencies, the Public Finance Corporation, failed to pay up to a trustee to cover a debt payment due August 1st. The Puerto Rican legislature didn't appropriate the funds for the debt payment. If the PFC fails to pay more than $36 million in bonds maturing on August 1st, it would be the first time that Puerto Rico has defaulted on a debt payment. The Commonwealth currently seeks to negotiate with creditors to restructure $72 billion of obligations. And keeping our eye on the economy, here's the New York Stock Exchange with our Stock Market Watch. The Dow down 33, NASDAQ up 46, S&P up 2. Coming up on News 2, a Christiansted storefront is getting a facelift. See the students who helped provide the makeover in town. Plus, it's Friday, Pet of the Week, and we have the most adorable puppy to tell you about when. Welcome back. The Christiansted Community Alliance has been working for the last several years to keep the town vibrant despite the number of businesses that have closed up shop. One way is with their Open Up initiative, and on Friday, students from St. Croix Central High's art program helped out. News2's Erica Parsons has more.
Students from the art program at Central High spent Friday taping and putting up some of their artwork on a Christiansted building. It's part of an ongoing initiative of the Christiansted Community Alliance.
We started this in 2012 due to the fact that after the Havenza closing, we did run into too many businesses closing. Town was becoming more and more vacant.
Now, instead of empty storefronts, residents see beautiful artwork adorning the windows of businesses that have closed down.
So to bring and foster a sense of vibrancy and community, we talk to the different landlords, and they allow us to come in and do window displays.
Other groups have partnered with the Alliance in the effort, like the university and nonprofit organizations. The St. Croix Chamber of Commerce has funded the effort several times.
We are concerned about business in the community, and with the downturn in business, we notice that, the place is just not looking as good as it should. It's not as enticing investors, and we felt that this was a project that we needed to lend an ear to.
The artwork displayed demonstrates a little culture and a little tradition. It was done by about 10 students from the school's Art Honor Society.
We use the Honor Society students. We kind of, encourage them to join the after-school program, and because they have the skill and you don't have to teach them, since we're trying to do this project.
The windows also show the 7 flags the VI flew under, and students enjoyed working on the project because they could share their love of art.
It was a fun after-school project. The school doesn't have much activities, so this was one that I got to enjoy.
What better way of showing art than doing something that represents St. Croix for everybody in the community to see?
And now, whenever people pass by, they can enjoy the beauty of art and history instead of reflecting on the state of Christiansted. Erica Parsons, News 2.
Kudos to the organizers. Now, WTJX Channel 12 is hosting a Card Kingdom Live Games Fun Day. That's on Saturday for 150 children 7 to 11 years old across the territory. The activity promotes the new PBS Kids game called Card Kingdom. It's a virtual world on pbskids.org where kids can collect resources, customize their cards, and complete challenges. There is an intellectual angle here. Card Kingdom is based on the theory of systems thinking, which helps children understand how systems are interconnected. Now, on St. Croix, the event began today at Kramer's Park. On St. Thomas, it's on July 24th at Megan's Bay. On St. John, on July 31st at the Little League baseball fields, and all events start at 9 in the morning. Bonus USDA commodities are being distributed in both the St. Croix and St. Thomas St. John districts. As a reminder, the Department of Education's Emergency Food Assistance Program uses income, not age, to determine eligibility. Now, here are the dates for the distributions. On St. Thomas, it's at Lockhart Elementary Cafeteria. On Saturday, July 18th, that starts at 7 a.m. On St. John, it's at Julius Sproul Cafeteria the next Saturday, July 25th, starting at 9 a.m. And on St. Croix, Charles Emmanuel Cafeteria on August 1st, also a Saturday, and that starts at 7 a.m. You can call 774-0100 for more information. McDonald's Virgin Islands is promoting literacy and love of reading. They've partnered with the Education Department for the 7th Annual Governor's Summer Reading Challenge. Reading events take place at your local McDonald's. On St. Thomas, it's at the McDonald's Lockhart Gardens location from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. on Saturday. On St. Croix, it's at the Golden Rock location, same day, same time. You might catch one or two of our News 2 personalities at either location, so don't miss it. Our pet of the week came by today, and he is one adorable puppy named Xavier. Humane Society volunteer Tessa Lineburner will do a little show and tell. Now remember to call the Humane Society at 775-0599 if you're interested, or visit their website at www.hsstt.com.
Our pet of the week is Xavier. Xavier is a 4-month-old puppy. He's a Rottie Lab Hound mix, so he's going to be about 45-50 pound dog. He's a good boy, but he's a little bit more on the shy side. He's a little timid. He needs a lot of TLC, a lot of love, tender care. He really needs a home. He's one of our 30 puppies we have at Humane Society right now, so we need our puppies to go home.
He really was adorable. Now stick around, your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.